Hi students, today we are on week 1, day 4 of our learning from home on our e-learning, and we will be continuing to read stories to describe characters at the beginning of the story and refer to parts of stories when speaking about characters in a text. Our standard is RL 1.3, describe characters in a story, their traits, motivations, or feelings, and explain how their actions contribute to the sequence of events. So throughout this week, we have been stopping and thinking about how characters feel at different parts of the story, and we've been asking ourselves why they feel this way. We've also been thinking about the different parts of the story and how they help us understand that a character's actions or reactions in an event may cause other events to happen. And this way we can track how the character changes from the beginning of the story to the end of the story. So today, our text is called Clara's Crazy Curls. And when you open the attachment in the journal section on Edsby, this PDF document will come up with our title page, our cover page here. Now, there was some confusion with our last text about which pages to read. In this PDF document at the top, you can see that it says there are 20 pages. These are not the page numbers that the assignments are referring to. Instead, please scroll down after the cover page and look carefully at the bottom of each sheet in this document, and you'll see the pages numbered, page 1 and page 2. And I will scroll down some more, and I see page 3 and page 4. For week 1, day 4, we are reading up to page 22. So as I scroll down my pages, I will stop on this page where her hair is touching the hot air balloon on page 22. Now, in the journal section on Edsby, there is also some instructions and a suggestion for you to read the text on Mayan. So today, while I am reading and thinking through the text aloud, I will be reading from Mayan. So I logged into Mayan, and I am reading this text and I have the same view that a student has. So today I am viewing as if my name is Jackson, and I am reading this story, and I will be using the tools on the right side of the screen to annotate the text. So if you would like to annotate your text on Mayan, you'll log into Mayan and search in the library section for Clara's Crazy Curls. So let's get started. Clara's Crazy Curls by Helen Poole. I see on the cover a girl with a lot of orange, red, curly hair. Oh, it says I'm inactive. I am still here. And see a girl with a lot of orange, red, curly hair. I also see things in her hair like a bird, a mouse, 2 pencils, and a wrench. Her hair is crazy. I predict that this is going to be a fiction story about a girl named Clara who uses her crazy curls for silly things. Let's start reading the pages. Little Clara May was very, very small. But what was most extraordinary was her hair was really tall. Extraordinary means special. She didn't need a pencil case, a school bag, or lunchbox. Instead, she stored her gear in her big, strong, curly locks. Look at that. I see here the author used the word locks instead of hair. And I know locks must mean hair because the illustration shows me that all of her school gear is inside her hair. I'm going to highlight this new word by choosing my highlighting tool and clicking on the word locks. That was a new word for me. I'm also going to take a note by clicking the sticky note tool and clicking on my near my word here, and I'm going to type locks are strands of hair. And I'm going to click off of my sticky note and pin it right here so I can read it later. Let me click on, whoops, went too far. I didn't mean to zoom in, so I'm going to zoom right back out. There we go. Now I'll move my sticky note, click it very hard to get it to stop sticking. There we go. That was tricky, but I'm sure you guys will get it. So she stores all of her gear in her hair. When I look back at the illustration again, I see that Clara looks happy on these pages. I see her face is smiling, and I think she's pretty creative because the text said that she didn't need a pencil case or a school bag or a lunchbox, but instead she stored her gear in her big, strong, curly locks. So the illustration here, or the picture, contributes or adds to my understanding of Clara by showing me how tall and strong her hair is. It can hold pencils, straws, even a notebook and a ruler. I'm going to make another note on how Clara is feeling at the beginning of this story. I'm going to change it to a happy face here. Clara is feeling happy. She can store all her gear in her curly locks. Okay, let's keep reading. But Clara often wished that her hair could reach the skies, the tallest hair in all the world, and maybe win a prize. Oh my! The author just shared Clara's motivation, or what she wants in the story. The text says, but Clara often wished that her hair could reach the skies. I'm going to use my highlighter to highlight this sentence because it shows me what Clara wants. But Clara often wished that her hair could reach the skies. And I see in the illustration that she does want to win a prize. Do you see that ribbon there for the tallest hair? One night in the bathroom, Clara spied a jar up high. The label read, "Big and beautiful hair, guaranteed in just one try." Oh, I see the jar in my illustration. It does say big and beautiful hair. Based on what we already know about Clara, what do you think she's going to do next? I already know Clara loves her hair and uses it to hold things, and I also know her motivation from the previous page, page 5, of how she wants the tallest hair. So now I predict that Clara may just grab this jar of big and beautiful hair and use it to get what she wants. Let's keep reading to find out. Clara reached and grabbed the jar without a second thought. She didn't even think about it. She just grabbed it. Oh, we skipped a page. But she didn't use a little dab. Instead, she used a lot. Yep, the illustration does show her using so much that it's dripping off her curls. That night, while she was tucked in bed, Clara never knew that while she lay there sleeping, her hair grew and grew and grew. When Clara woke next morning, she was on the bottom stair. She'd been slowly and quietly pushed out of bed by her crazy curly hair. Yippee! She yelled. It worked! Hooray! How is Clara feeling on this page after she wakes up? I hope you said she feels happy, because the illustration does show a big smile on her face. But the text lets us know what the character said, and the words that characters say are also clues to how they feel. She said, yippee, and look at how she said it. She yelled, so she is extremely excited. She yelled, it worked. There's an exclamation point. Hooray, in all caps with another exclamation point. Because the author included these exclamation points, that lets me know she is surely yelling. It's showing me that she is feeling extremely excited. I'm going to make a note here about how Clara is feeling at this point in the story. Clara feels excited. She yelled, yippee! It worked. After she woke up. Did you notice the word stare on this page? It's spelled S-T-A-I-R. When Clara woke next morning, she was on the bottom stair. We can see Clara at the bottom of her steps. So this word, S-T-A-I-R, I will highlight it so you can see it better. That stair is a step on a staircase. Okay, let's read on to see what happens next. Good grief, her mother cried. How on earth could hair grow so much? I don't know, Clara lied. Her mom reacted by saying, good grief. If you've never heard this phrase before, it's a phrase that someone may say or shout when they are feeling irritated or frustrated or surprised. It seems her mom is surprised by how big Clara's hair has grown. Outside, the birds all snuggled in their brand new curly nests. Clara smiled and beamed with pride. Her curls were now the best. How is Clara feeling at this part of the story? Did you notice that the text says she beamed with pride? Beamed with pride is a phrase to describe when someone is smiling very big because they are so pleased and satisfied. So Clara is feeling satisfied with her big curls. I'm going to make a note on this page how Clara feels at this point in the story. Clara feels satisfied with her big curls. Clara got what she wanted from the beginning of the story. We can say that her feelings have changed for the better when her hair grew from using that big curly cream. Her hair was extra useful now. She rescued cats from trees. She cleaned out gutters on each house. Her neighbors were quite pleased. And way up high in outer space, aliens clapped and cheered. A planet made of tickly curls had suddenly appeared. Back on Earth came crowds and crowds. They couldn't help but stare. Clara was now famous. People loved her crazy hair. And look in the illustration. It says, Clara here today. And look, the illustration shows us that she got what she wanted, a prize or a trophy for the world's tallest hair. Everyone loves her hair. Did you see on this page, page 19, the word stare again? This time it's spelled S-T-A-R-E. This word stare is different from the steps in Clara's house. S-T-A-R-E, stare, is a verb or an action word that you can do. When you stare, you use your eyes to look for a very long time at someone or something. Do you see in the illustration how all of the people or the crowds, the group of people, are staring at Clara's hair? The text says she is now famous. Famous means you're very, very popular. Everyone knows who she is. Let's read the last 2 pages of our text today, and then we'll stop and talk about what we should do next. But in between, among the clouds, that's where trouble struck. Airplanes couldn't cross the curls. Hot air balloons got stuck. Oh no, did you notice this keyword but? Remember, B-U-T in a text can let us know that there is a problem. On page 21, there's a new problem. What is Clara's problem now? Well, the first sentence does say, but in between among the clouds, that's where trouble struck. Airplanes couldn't cross the curls, and hot air balloons got stuck. Clara's hair is so tall and so curly and so big that things in the sky are getting stuck in them. It seems that based on the changes in events on these pages, Clara's feelings may change for the worse and start to become a negative feeling. The changes in feelings can teach us a lesson, and we'll continue reading this text tomorrow to see how Clara reacts to the change in events. So we are going to stop here on page 22 and take the test in your reading and writing class on EDSB for week 1, day 24, comprehension questions. When you type your answer to the comprehension questions, be sure to include the specific details from these pages and include the specific text evidence and evidence from the illustrations. Remember, please don't simply tell me that the text said so or that the pictures show it, but describe exactly what the author wrote and what you see in the illustrations that supports your answers. When you're all done, you can come back here to Mayan and choose your own book to read for 30 minutes and then complete your writing assignment to reflect on your independent reading book. Remember, if you have any questions, you can message me on EDSB. Bye.